This is time for the practice of a meditation. So sitting comfortably and finding a comfortable position. Leaving all your responsibilities aside and dedicating this time for the mental cultivation. And the practice of a meditation requires the dedication and determination. Sometimes we want to practice and other times we don't. And that breaking the continuation of the practice will not helpful for the progress and development of the practice. Like the recharge the battery, we have to connect it. We have to keep the mobile phone connected with the electricity and leave it connected for the time being, so the mobile phone will be fully charged and you can use it. So we do it regularly every time when we realize that the battery is running out or even less than 50%, and then we try to find a place to recharge the battery. And with this, the life of the battery continues and functions and help us to use it in our day-to-day life. So practice of a meditation is also like that. We have to continue tuning in and practicing again and again. So the life or the progress in the practice will develop more and more. It's like the mobile phone. Once you have fully used it, and if you do not connect with the electricity and leave it to charge, and the life of the battery or life of the mobile phone is just run out. And similarly in the practice of a meditation too, if we do not reconnect again and again and dedicating again and again ourselves towards the practice, then we lose the plot. We cannot concentrate, or sometimes we have a confusion of which object that we have been using to concentrate our mind. So dedication and determination is an essential part in the practice of a meditation. And doesn't matter how long you do, but the matter is that remembering to do it again and again. So this regularly coming and practicing together at 6:30 is reinforcing and also training our mind to be conditioned that this time at least will dedicate towards the mental cultivation. And if you are sitting in the same place and dedicating this half an hour practice, and over the period of a time, and gradually you will see the difference in your practice. So whenever you found your time and practice, you may start off spending time observing the breath of the primary object, settling down and grounding on the primary object. So when it rises and falls the abdomen, aware of the rising, falling, or if you're comfortable with the incoming and outgoing breath, aware of that. When it is coming in, aware that I am mindful of breathing in, and when it's coming out, having a clear consciousness that I am breathing out. Or if you feel comfortable paying attention to the rising, falling, observing as it happens and mentally making a note of it. Rising, falling. So rising, falling. Settling down and grounding yourself. Simply stopping here. And aware as it happens. It is an experiential level of understanding. It is the experiential level of knowing. And it is the experiential level of seeing the way it is. And when we experience it, knowing, seeing, observing, and understanding, it develops the confidence that I am able to be mindful of this object for this length of a time or that length of a time, and able to be mindful and feeling the joy and happiness. When we have experienced such joy and happiness, it energizes us to continue practicing. But obviously, sometimes when we experience joy and happiness, we can be attached to it. And every time when we practice again and again, we like to go back and want to have that experience again. And that is not the right way. We are not bringing the past to the present by thinking. Our practice is to be aware of a present moment awareness. Whatever we observe, whatever we see, seeing clearly as it is. And when we see it clearly in the present moment, and this is the only moment that exists, past is already gone, and future yet to come. Each breath that we are aware, each breath that we see, that we observe, always taking place in the present moment. So we are aware of the breath that is taking place in the present moment, not from the past, or not thinking of the future, that how my breath will be, or my breath was like this, my breath was like that. Not proliferating or thinking of it or worrying about how breath will be. Simply aware of the breath that is as it is, every moment when it comes in and goes out. So breathing in and breathing out, it is taking place in the present moment at all the time. So our job is to be aware of that. Present moment awareness. And if we haven't trained ourselves, hardly one or two our mind will just drift away to the thoughts. I haven't done this, I haven't done that, oh, this person is like that, that person is like this, so and so. Lost in thoughts. So continue practicing, trying to be mindful of the breath, incoming, outgoing, as it takes place. Oftentimes, because of the habit patterns that we normally think, mind just goes off. It's okay. Whenever you realize that your mind goes off, bring it back. Do not tense your body, do not tense your concentration, do not tense your practice. Relax the entire body, relax your muscles, relax your eyes, relax your brain. We are not using the brain, we are not using the muscles. We are simply aware, feeling it. Whenever mind drifts away, once you have realized that your mind is away from the primary object, simply observe that mind is distracted, acknowledging the mind is distracted, and making a conscious awareness of it by simply noting, thinking, and let go, bring it back. At the beginning, we may have to intentionally bring it back to the primary object. But as we develop our concentration and awareness, we don't need it. It will come back in its own way. All what we need is to be aware, simply guarding the mind. So, based on your mind is based on the primary object, such as the breath. When mind drifts away, observe, acknowledge, note, and bring it back. Simply aware as it happens, as it takes place. Aware of all the feelings. Feelings as they are. Whenever we feel, again we brought our memories, experiences, and define that feeling as good or bad, pleasant or unpleasant. If that's unpleasant, we try to push it away. If that's a pleasant, we try to grab. So this pushing away and grabbing is simply forming on the basis of our desire. So we are not doing that. When we realize this is a pleasant sensation, aware of pleasant sensation. When we are aware that this is resistance or negative, aware of that, but we are not proliferating or forming. Simply aware. A note. Past is gone. We cannot undo. Future yet to come. And that we can see even just in a breath. Each breath that we observe, always in the present moment. We are not thinking about the past breath or the future breath, but the present breath. So breathing in and breathing out. Continue practicing for 5-6 minutes, and we'll practice the loving kindness meditation to finish it off. So diligently but persistently, mindful of your breath or the primary object. Whenever mind drifts away, simply observe, acknowledge, note, and bring it back, or aware as they are. Now, relax a little bit yourself to practice the loving kindness meditation. And bring your attention to your heart. Feel the beating heart. You may put your hand on your heart, or physically smiling will connect you. So smile and feel the connection with your heart. And as you feel the connection with your heart, generating loving kindness and compassion to yourself, may I be happy. And remember, this is not just a word, but a true feeling from the bottom of your heart that you really want to be happy. You may remember the moments of a happiness, the moments of a joy, and even small activities or small act of a happiness that you can think of. Remembering them and feeling happiness. It doesn't matter how small that moment of happiness is. Every time when we think of that happiness, we feel so joy. So peace. And wishing to be free from all the troubles of body and mind. Whatever pain, whatever grief, sorrow, or whatever physical pain or suffering that you may have. So directing to yourself, may I be free from troubles of body and mind. At least mentally being free. May I be liberated. And similarly, sharing loving kindness and compassion to other sentient beings, starting from near dear one, people around us, people, those who are related to us, beings that we are connected to. And breaking the boundaries and sending this love and kindness to entire beings in the universe. May they be happy. Wishing them to be happy. May they be free from sufferings. May they be at peace. May they achieve the ultimate happiness of Nibbana. May they be liberated. Bring your attention to the hands, a weight of sensations in your hands, and to your body. As you hear the gong slowly coming up, and reflect for a few moments. Let's pay respect to the Buddha. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagavan Buddhang Bhagavantang Abhivademi. Savahato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namasami. Sabadipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Saṅgho Saṅghang Namami.